Good afternoon, Anne Arundel County. Good afternoon, America. Welcome to Promoting Community Conversation and Discovery. I'm your host, Anthony Bynum. The name of our production company is the Glen Burnie Players. We have a special episode today. It's really about looking back at good times, memories. Yes, that's what our today's episode is about. But before we get to that, though, we have a great show and some upcoming announcements. Let's start off with the big one. Tomorrow night, Friday the 10th, the Greater Ferndale Community Civic Association is sponsoring the movie night. The main movie that is going to be out there is Hotel Transylvania, animated movie. And it's a place for young folks. Bring your kids out, bring your grandkids out. Right there at Senator Wagner Field, right there at the end of intersection of 97 and B&A Boulevard, and watch the movie. They're providing the popcorn and I think most of the refreshments. Now, I will say this: it's going to be a little bit of a surprise. It's going to be an animated short called The Adventures of Our Back. It's just 10 minutes long. We're going to run that right before we run the movie. So pretty excited about that opportunity. Now, normally we would, well, actually, we'll do this first. Do a shout out to our affiliates. These are the people who run our shows for us. So we start right off with AAC TV right here in Glen Burnie, but also Greenbelt Cable Access, that is in PG County. We want to thank Amherst Media in Amherst, Massachusetts. We want to thank Manhattan Neighborhood Network in the Big Apple. And of course, we want to thank Brunswick TV3 in Maine for airing our shows. Now, this is the point where we would normally thank our references, but we're not actually going to use any for this particular episode. Not going to be necessary. Although I will want to make a comment that there is going to be a little bit of copyrighted work in this. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Now, we also want to do a shout out for our sponsor, underwriter, that is the Cleaning Chef. More information is available about them in the credits. So let's start off with this magnificent trip I had last weekend. I went up to New England, I think I mentioned that, to help my mom prepare for the winter, which means, bringing in wood. But there's something about it at this point in my life. It's not work. It's just refreshing. It keeps you grounded. This is what we did growing up. We stacked wood, 1, 2 cords of wood over a weekend. I did the same thing by myself, a cord, but it really wasn't hard. It's not that heavy. You just go here, you go there, you pick it up, you put it down, you know? Kind of like building a log cabin. But I enjoyed being with my mom so much uh, and catching up with friends. Remember I talked about memories? So that Friday night, Stevie Shea, who I grew up with, my neighbor, came by with his wife Josie and visited with my mom and I for a little bit, and it was great. It was great. Uh, Earlier, though, I had worked on another old friend, Willie Nazer. Now I remember Willie because we played basketball in elementary school, like in sixth grade, against each other, and we would get together in high school, junior high and junior high, freshman, JV, and high school. We played a lot of basketball together, me and that guy. Great guy. Well, nicest guy in the world. And he came by. The plan was he was come by Saturday night with his companion, Kimmy Kruger. Kimmy Kruger. We were neighbors for so many years. So many years. And matter of fact, Kimmy named her first daughter after my mom because they were always good friends. So we caught up with each other. A few days before this was to be arranged, though, out of the blue, my buddy from the villa, Carl Cloris, reaches out to me. He's got a band, and he says, he tells me he's playing Manchester. That's all I needed to know. I said, we'll be there. Let's talk a little bit about these guys. Some of these guys who I played ball with so many years ago. Let's go to the desktop. And the first one I'm going to do, I'll get rid of this first, is bring up my buddies from the villa. There they are. So most of these guys, and this team won a Pee Wee League championship. Most of the guys in the front row did most of the playing. The rules, though, were this. You had to have two strings rather, and they had to play equal time to league because it was a developmental league too. It wasn't about superstardom. It was about learning the game. So right here, the bottom left is my good buddy Scotty Bennett. Scotty Bennett and I spent a lot of time together, and he lived in New Boston, and we just recently got back in touch with each other somewhat recently. Great kid, smart kid. Mr. Wheeler decided we were going to play small ball. So he brought Scotty, handle the ball. Right next to Scott is Carl Cloris, my good buddy. There he is, that trophy. He was Defensive Player of the Year. And of course, he won it all. Dogged defender. You did not want to have to deal with him. Just not where you wanted to be. Never afraid of long hair, I'll tell you. A heck of a baseball player, too. Billy Prue. What a nice guy Billy is. Nice guy. Yeah, he'd come over and visit me every now and then in the summertime as I got a little older. Just a decent guy. Matt Bolton. Our undersized center. You know, the guys he played against had him by 3, 4, 5 inches, but he held his ground. Held his ground. Of course, that's me right there. Paul Smith. He platooned at the power forward with Billy Prue. He's a good friend of mine also. Right in that next row, John Paquico. John was not a starter, but I remember one game when he bailed us out. He turned into a heck of a basketball player. Heck of a basketball player. Danny Cloris over here, Carl's cousin. I can't say I remember any of the other players. This is Tim Ryan, Mike's younger brother. He could handle the ball pretty well. And this is Coach's son. I think he went by Bob Wheeler. He might have been named after his dad, I think. Coach Wheeler's not actually in the picture here. But those are my guys from the villa. But then we go on to my guys from high school. So as Coach Olson and Ann Luna, I believe that's her name. She was nice. She was pleasant. You move on here, Gary Crowell. Gary was a confident guy. He never saw a shot he didn't think he could make. Mark LeBlanc was one of these rare athletes, just phenomenal athlete. He did everything well. He just did everything well. Of course, there I am right there. David Michaud, my good friend, he was the best player on our team. He just was. Yeah, he's just class act. Me and him stay in touch with each other. Denny Healy, one of my neighbors. Denny was a confident guy too. When he got his chance, his senior year, he was firing, man. He was firing. Ooh, that's why he's done so well in life because he's just a confident guy. Mark Brown. Mark Brown actually was not from New Hampshire. He actually grew up in New Jersey, but his family moved up to New Hampshire for our senior year. I think he might have been up there a little bit for junior year too, but he was a good ball player. He was a big guy. He was a good ball player. Played guard position or small forward. There's Willie right there, Willie Nazer. We played a lot of basketball together, me and that guy. He's such a decent guy. It was so much fun catching up and remembering things that I had forgotten. Johnny Ducharme, he played small forward. He could shoot the ball pretty well. He was a year younger, but John ended up playing a lot for us because we ended up losing Tommy Dupree about not quite halfway through the season. And it was tough because John was a good ball player, but no one had the toughness of Tommy Dupree. He was just a tough guy. And you need that at this level. This guy's name, I believe, was Mark Harper. Everybody just called him by his last name. He was a good athlete, too. Very good athlete. Good ball player. Decent kid. Matt Parker. He just started playing basketball late, but he was a big guy. And it was hard to get past him, to be honest with you. It was hard to get past him because he was big. Scotty Hermsdorf was our best big man. And Scotty could have played ball if he had gone to college someplace because he was very fluid. He had a very nice shooting touch. David did play some basketball I think he went to Bridgeport, like a Division II school. He did play some ball. But yeah, Scotty Hermsdorf could play ball somewhere. He's about 6'2" kid. The problem is that when you're taller in high school, and then all of a sudden you get to the next level, you're not the tall kid. So are you gonna be able, you can't play center. You're not have a 6'2" center, you know? All of a sudden you got to be able to play that guard position because you're a 6'2", but everybody else, the big guys are 6'5" and 6'6". That's just the way it is. And then the Tommy Dupree, he was just a tough guy. He knew basketball, but he knew toughness more. And we missed that. We really probably could have made some noise, but that was a long time ago. That's Norman. He was our team trainer. Anyway, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and just mention that we met at a bar, and Carl was there. His drummer wasn't there, but he was doing all these great songs, and he said it was okay for me to go do a song with him. So I'm going to add that clip in. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I'm going to go ahead and stop the share now. And I'm going to go ahead and pause this.
I could never be alone. Take me down, little Susie, take me down. 'Cause I know you think you're the queen of the underground. Well, you can simply get flowers every morning. By the mail, sending their flowers to my wedding, and I won't forget to put roses on your grave. Sitting back and the ropes hang and laugh, making bets on Kentucky Derby. I'll be in my basement room, with a needle and a spoon. The other girl within my pain away. Take me down, little Susie, take me down. 'Cause I know you think you're the queen of the underground. But you can simply get flowers every morning. Simply get flowers by the mail. Yeah, simply get flowers to my wedding. And I won't forget to put roses on your grave. Take me down, little Susie, take me down. 'Cause I know you think you're the queen of the underground. If you can, simply get flowers every morning. Simply get flowers by the mail. Begs if you want me. Simply get flowers for my wedding. No, I won't forget to put roses on your grave. No, I won't forget to put roses
2007 evenly basketball champion. Yeah. Defensive player of the year. MVP player of the year right here. Yes, that was a lot of fun. That was a tremendous amount of fun that night. Carl will probably never make that mistake again, invite me on stage. If he wants to get called back. We just released episode 19, Community Conversation Discovery. We're sending it out now, a little here, a little there. Um, it really it features. It's all about our waterways, right? We uh, wanted to emphasize our Navy, our great United States Navy. We had an interview with a couple. They are water enthusiasts and they also care about the environment. That's Laura and Ray Hen. And we had some other features, again, either about flying or about the water. So for everyone here, for the Glen Burnie Players, again, my name is Anthony Bynum. Until next time, bye bye.